What's up, guys? Today the question is Corporia or Magicka, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't think that either or is better than the other in a sense, right? I think that it really depends on your play style, and you can really choose which direction that you want to go at the end of the day. So, at the beginning of the game, you basically have a choice to choose between one of the two. But I will say at some point after you hit a certain stage, which should be the I don't even know how to freaking pronounce it, but it's this one, right? Once you hit this stage, you basically have the option to swap back and forth. And there is the possible option of double cultivation, or not double cultivation, but choosing between each of them and hopping back and forth to basically cultivate each of the methods. But I think the biggest issue about this is it's much harder to develop. Like if if you have somebody who's able to develop at a faster rate, right? Because if I'm focusing on getting both of these to the nascent stage level and then focusing to get them both to the next stage level, by the time I potentially have these both of the next stage level, it's possible that, most of the server will already be a whole stage level ahead of me. And honestly, breaking through to the next stage is very key, right? Like if you're able to, hit like if I'm nascent soul level and I'm fighting someone in the found in the this stage right here, right? I'm basically at a vast advantage. Even if they're double cultivating and doing both of the things and they both have them at the same level, it's going to be really difficult for them to fight me. That being said, if you are to cultivate both of the levels and you have them both at like the same level, if you fight someone at said same level, right? If you're at nascent soul level with both of your cultivations and you fight someone at nascent soul level, you are bound to win that just because you are at an advantage. Like it's just an advantage. You're at a massive advantage there. There are kind of pros and cons to each side, or I'd say more so pros for each side. So Corporia, you're able to deal higher single target damage. You're able to just fight on people like, just single target players. And the thing is, it mainly increases your HP as well as your physical attack. The thing with Magicka is it increases your mana as well as your magical attack. And I honestly think, especially for these 1v1s, although Corporia states that it's better at single target, skills, I will say something that I've noticed. Whenever I fight people who are Magicka, I have a much harder time due to the shield effect. You have this shield thing as a Magicka person. Since your mana is way better, it's way easier to kind of manage these shields. And sometimes I've struggled against people who are actually weaker than me by their combat score at least, and I haven't even like I'll be beating down to them, and I'm a pretty decent player in comparison, these players. But the thing is, I can't break their shield at times, or their shield just recovers way too fast, and that is like a huge advantage Magicka has. Like the mana thing is kind of massive, but also having a higher HP can sometimes come in clutch, especially when you're breaking through to stages, because if you don't have enough HP, and if you guys don't know, there are tribulations you eventually get. So when I break through to the next stage, I'm going to take on a tribulation. And once that thing hits me, if it like destroys all my HP, I fail my tribulation, and that is a big problem, right? So in a sense, Corporia is better in these aspects. I will say that from all I've heard, Corporia does have some really good late game potential, and there are ways to actually kind of overcome these. I don't know what to call them, but you can overcome these, I guess, downsides that you have with time, right? Like all it takes is time. But yeah, you're also more resistant to damage for anybody who doesn't know as a Corporia person. And Magicka naturally has less HP, but it does have more, actual mana, meaning that it can rely more on like shields and stuff and just all those AoE attacks. So it's just really hard. This is all public information, by the way, but I did think I'd put it in a video format. And like I was saying, you can focus on, you can do both, which will naturally give you an advantage against someone at the same cultivation level as you who doesn't focus both. But it's just really hard. It's very slow in comparison. And although it will remove that weakness that you might have, you'll probably be way behind in cultivation compared to other people, right? That's just the natural thing. But I mean, it does have its benefits, right? But yeah, I do appreciate you guys. I hope that this video somehow explained the pros and cons. I will say right now I'm in Corporia. If I had to choose, at least at this stage of the game, I would rather have Magicka as my strong suit, right? And the thing is, it's really hard to focus on something like that because maybe you'll feel kind of discouraged because, for example, when I break through from my nascent soul level into the next level, which will be the incarnation stage, I will probably hop up. Let's say right now I'm at 68 million might or whatever you want to call that. Once I break through, I'm more likely to gain like 400, 500 million of more combat score. And as you see here, you see how big the jump is. Like after you make a breakthrough, this jump is so massive, and it might be discouraging because even if you feel like you have, let's say you do two nascent soul level breakthroughs, you're still going to be vastly weaker, at least in this scale, in the battle ranking. That's just how it's going to be, right? But I mean, if you're willing to take that punch the jaw, you can it's honestly maybe fun. I'm trying it with an alt account right now, and I'm gonna see how fun it actually is to dual wield the cultivation styles. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope I kind of did a good job explaining how the whole thing works. So you guys have a good day or night, and I will see you guys in the next one. That is it. Peace.